Having my own experience in the rental market in DC, I know that it can be really difficult, and coming from a different area, there were a lot of things that I came into contact with in DC that I hadn't expected. So one thing that I would tell people to do immediately is to get any financial statements in order. A lot of landlords or property owners will want to see that you have an income statement as well as a pretty clean credit history. That's going to make you much more competitive when trying to get a lease, or it can detract from actually getting one. Another thing I would do is, like I said, being a transplant, I kind of just look for the best building for the best price, which is definitely a good thing to do, but I would suggest anybody that isn't familiar with DC become familiar, whether it means coming here for a few weekends and staying with friends, looking at blogs, going on websites, or just spending time. Get to know different neighborhoods, try to figure out what it is you like, if you like a more residential area, if you want to be more near the nightlife, and start to get a feel for where it is that you want to be in DC. You should also think about what you cannot live with. And this is true for someone that's getting ready to rent a house or even buy a house. There are certain deal breakers. Some people, it's a washer and dryer in the unit. For some people, it's a studio with carpeting. Some people need hardwood floors, modern kitchen, parking space. Whatever it is, you have got to figure out that list of things that if this unit doesn't have it, then you don't even want to see it, because you can really cut down the amount of time that you spend searching for a rental. I would also be prepared to sign a lease on the spot. Like I mentioned, the real estate and the rental market in DC is very competitive. So when a very nice unit comes on the market at a reasonable price, people want that. If there's an open house, people come ready to sign. Things go pretty quickly. So without being intimidating, if you see something you like, as I say, get your financials in order and be ready to sign when you see it. The last thing is consider consulting a real estate professional, because the DC rental market can be really overwhelming. There are a lot of postings on Craigslist. A lot of those are phony. A lot of people are trying to just extort money from you. You'll get, crazy responses. Dealing with leasing agencies can be difficult, and sometimes you just need someone to filter a lot of what's going on in the market, how much you should spend on a certain apartment, and consulting a professional can always be a positive thing.